So good morning students. In the last session we had discussed about Mendel's experiments and specifically Mendel's monohybrid cross. Okay, so today it is the second video session for the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So before we proceed to the next topic, that is deviations or exceptions to Mendel's law of dominance, let us recall what we learned in the last video session. Okay, so in the last video session we studied about the plant that Mendel used for his experiments, that is Pisum sativum. Okay, and he selected 7 traits. Okay, he selected 7 traits, each having 2 alternative varieties. So the 7 traits were height of plant, seed color, seed shape, color of flower, position of flower, color of pod and shape of pod. So each were having 2 alternative varieties. So like for height of plant, tall and dwarf, seed color, round and yellow, then seed shape, round and wrinkled, color of flower, purple and white, position of flower, axillary and terminal, color of pod, green and yellow, shape of pod, inflated and constricted. Now why I read it again, once again I told you, because you have to remember which are the dominant features and traits and which are the recessive traits. Okay, so therefore, and what are the reasons why did Mendel select Pisum sativum, all these things. And the another thing that we studied is that Mendel he obtained pure breeding, true breeding lines or pure breeding varieties for all the 14, for all the 14 varieties of the 7 traits. For all the 14 varieties of the 7 traits, sometimes the varieties are also called as traits. So for all the 14 varieties of the 7 traits, he obtained true breeding varieties. So what does a true breeding variety mean? A true breeding variety means that a plant on self-pollination produces offsprings with the same trait. So if you can keep on self-pollinating the plants, and successive generations, if you continue self-pollinating on continued self-pollination for generations, what happens? The type of trait is not changed, so the same trait is maintained. For example, I told you, if the flowers of the parent generation are purple in color, then on self-pollinating in every successive generation they will keep on only producing purple colored flowers. So now then what happened after obtaining the pure breeding varieties, by selection, selfing, selection and elimination. So he did it for large number of times. So he kept on self-pollinating them, selecting them and eliminating the ones which were not true breeding. So that's how he obtained this true breeding varieties of all these 14 traits. After that he performed a cross which we call as the monohybrid cross. So monohybrid cross, it is a cross between two true breeding organisms in order to study the inheritance of a single pair of alleles. And after, so we discussed the cross, how did he perform the cross, and after getting the results, on the basis of the results obtained from that cross, he proposed 2 laws. He proposed 2 laws of inheritance or principles of inheritance. So number 1, that is the law of dominance, and number 2 is the law of segregation. Law of segregation is universal law. It is applicable in all cases wherever you study inheritance, pattern of inheritance. So it is an universal law. Law of segregation, it is an universal law. But as far as law of dominance is concerned, what he said, that number 1, characters are controlled by discrete. I repeat, characters are controlled by discrete stable units which he called factors. Second point, what he said, that factors occur in pair in an individual. For every character, what happens? Factors occur in pair in an individual. And third thing, that in the pair, right, both the factors in a pair can be similar, like capital T and capital T, or small t and small t for height of the plant, or they may be dissimilar. Dissimilar, like one is capital T and another is small t. One is capital T and another is small t, which we call as the dissimilar. So when they are dissimilar, we call the condition as heterozygous. When they are dissimilar, like one is capital T and another is small t, we call it as heterozygous condition. So heterozygous condition means when an individual inherits different forms of a particular gene from each parent. Okay, so heterozygous, I repeat, when an individual inherits different forms of a particular gene from each of his parents. So one, let's suppose capital T from father and small t from mother, or vice versa. And if both the alleles are similar, like capital T or small t, okay, if both the factors in an individual which he or she inherits from her or his parents, that means from both mother also small t, father also small t, or mother also capital T, father also capital T, then such a condition we call it as homozygous condition. So homozygous means when an individual inherits similar alleles, okay, similar forms of a gene, right, similar forms. When an individual inherits similar forms of a gene from both the parents, we call that condition as homozygous. Okay, that individual as homozygous for that particular trait. Okay, now, so this is what is now when in heterozygous condition, that means when the two alleles are different, like capital T and small t, then what happens? One is dominant over the other, right? The one which is able to express itself in a heterozygous individual is the dominant factor, and the factor which is not able to express itself in the presence of a dominant factor, it is known as a recessive factor. Now here note down the 3 points. Okay, once again, that characters are controlled by discrete stable units which Mendel called as factors, number 1. Number 2, factors occur in pair. Okay, factors always occur in pair in an individual for one particular trait. And in heterozygous condition, that means in a hybrid, okay, in a heterozygous condition, the two factors are dissimilar. One is dominant and another is recessive. So on the basis of this, he concluded and he proposed the law of dominance. Okay, so law of dominance. So now we will go to the next topic, that is exception to Mendel's law of dominance. That means cases, examples which do not follow Mendel's law of dominance. Okay, examples which do not follow Mendel's law of dominance. Law of segregation was also given by Mendel on the basis of monohybrid cross, but that is an universal law. Okay, so there is no deviation from that. But for Mendel's law of dominance, right, there are exceptions, examples which do not follow Mendel's law of dominance. Okay, so number 1 exception, incomplete dominance. Now dominance is what? When one is completely dominant over the another. That means capital T is completely dominant, capital D expresses itself and small t is unable to express itself. Okay, that is why what happens when you cross a true breeding tall plant with a true breeding dog plant, what you get? The result is that in the F1 generation, right, all plants, 100% of the plants are tall. Okay, so that means it is a completely dominant gene. Now we go to incomplete dominance, right? That means the dominant gene is not completely dominant. Okay, so fine, over the recessive gene. So incomplete dominance Examples are flower color in snapdragon, that you call as dog flower also sometimes. Okay, so flower color is snapdragon, or the scientific name of snapdragon is Antirrhinum majus. Okay, the scientific name of snapdragon is Antirrhinum majus. And the second example given in your book is 4 o'clock plant, flower color in 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalapa. Okay, that is Mirabilis jalapa. So incomplete dominance, sorry, if you define it, it is a phenomenon where none of the two alleles of a gene, that means one capital, one small, okay, of a gene is dominant over each other. So that when both of them are present together, that means in a heterozygous condition, when both of them are present in an individual, a new phenotype is formed. Phenotype means external appearance. Okay, a new phenotype is formed which is somewhat intermediate. Intermediate means, okay, average, right? Somewhat intermediate. Intermediate means it is average. Fine. So intermediate between the independent expression of the two alleles. Okay, between the independent expression, right? So suppose capital, okay. So let us see the example. Okay, so flower color in snapdragon. Okay, snapdragon Antirrhinum majus, and flower color in 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalapa. Then color of Andalusian fowl. Okay, so that is a variety of bird. Okay, so coat color. Okay, so this is not given in your NCERT. This one is not given in your NCERT book. Okay, so let us take the example of these two. So flower color in 4 o'clock plant. Okay, now whenever I told you that whenever we study any kind of genetics, okay, we perform any kind of genetic experiment, we use wild varieties. Okay, wild varieties, that means they grow naturally in nature. So what happens if you cross, right? So for Mirabilis jalapa, there are two different flower colors. Okay, for Mirabilis jalapa, wild varieties of flower color. Okay, wild varieties of flower color, that means they are naturally found in nature. So the two varieties are, just a moment, okay, I have to take the writing board. Okay, the two varieties of flower color are red and white. Okay, there are two varieties of flower colors are there. So that is red and white. Okay, Mirabilis jalapa, in nature there are two varieties of flowers, right? Color, as far as color is concerned, red color and white color. So I am writing it so that you also understand, red and white. Okay, now what Mendel said, that characters are controlled by discrete units called factors. Okay, and factors occur in pair in an individual. So this is the parent generation, so I will write P here. So this is a true breeding red. So for true breeding red, okay, it is RR. Fine. For true breeding red, we can write RR, and for true breeding white, we can write small r. Sometimes it is also written WW. Okay, doesn't matter. You have to remember whatever you write. Okay, sometimes instead of RR, what is written? It is written WW. Okay, ये भी लिखते हैं. WW भी कई बार किसी बुक में देखोगे लिखा हुआ है, तो उसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं करना, आपको याद रखना है कि what you actually want, how you want to denote it. Okay, doesn't matter. Now, so for red, find the symbols for a pair of factors RR. This is a true breeding red and true breeding white of Mirabilis jalapa. Now what happens? So the next step in sexual reproduction in formation of gametes. So when the gametes are formed, here what will happen? The gametes are always pure, right? They contain only one of the member of the pair. So it is, all the gametes will be R type, and in this case all the gametes will be smaller type, or if you write W, then W type. Now what happens? The next step is crossing. So we need to cross the two pure breeding varieties. Okay, so when you cross the pure breeding varieties, then you get F1 generation, right? So then you get F1 generation, right? ये हो गया F1 generation. First filial generation. Filial refers to offsprings, okay? First generation of offsprings. Okay, so F1 means it is first filial. ठीक है, इसको कहते हैं filial generation. Filial का मतलब होता है related to offsprings. Okay? So first generation of offsprings. Okay? So what will obviously when they cross you get this combination. So this is heterozygous. ये क्या हो गया? Heterozygous हो गया. Heterozygous मतलब दोनों both the alleles are different. Okay, one is capital R, another is small r. Now what happens? Had it been the case of Mendel's monohybrid cross, अगर ये मेंडल का monohybrid cross होता, अगर वो follow करता, had it been following the Mendel's law of dominance, then what would have been the color of the flowers of this generation? Red. Okay, it would have been red. But in this case, what happens? The phenotype, that means the external appearance of the trait. Trait is flower color. External appearance of the trait is phenotype. So the phenotype we are using here, that is the flower color of Mirabilis jalapa. So phenotype in this case, what you get? You get pink. All the flowers are pink in color. 100%, right? 100%. All the flowers are pink in color. Okay. Now what happens? The next step, selfing, right? So this F1 generation is the hybrid, heterozygous, that is we call it the hybrid variety. Had it been following Mendel's law of inheritance, okay, then all of them would have been red in color. But what you find, it is intermediate, neither red nor white. It is all of them are pink in color. Okay, now on selfing, the F1 generation hybrids, that means selfing is what? It is RR multiplied by RR. Okay, all of you know that. So on selfing, what you get? You get two types of gametes by each parent. Each parent produces two type of gamete. Now this is bisexual, so there is no need to write with the male and the female. This side otherwise we write male gametes and this way we write the female gametes. But since in bisexual plants we don't write. Okay, so here what you get? Now when this one fuses with this, the genotype, the genetic constitution becomes RR. In this case the genetic constitution R capital and small r. Here also it is capital R small r, and these two, if they when they are fusing, the genotype is small r, okay, or you can say RR, then RW. So like that you get RR, RW, RW and WW. ठीक है, alternatively क्या हो सकता है? ये हो सकता है RR, ये हो सकता है RW. अगर आपने यहाँ पे W यूज़ किया है, if you have used the symbol this, then again it is RW and this is WW. ठीक है. Now what happened when the plants were analyzed, the ratio of the plants. Now remember, 4 plants were not obtained, right? Many plants were obtained. Okay, many plants were obtained, and when they had to count it, you have to count it, okay, and then come to the ratio. So what we are writing, what we write here is the ratio and not the actual number of the plants that were obtained with red flower, pink flower or white flower. ठीक है, हम actual number नहीं लिखते हैं, हम क्या लिखते हैं? We write down the ratio of the number of plants obtained. So what happens? What you find here? Phenotype ratio. Phenotype ratio, right? So phenotype ratio, what you find? It is 1 red, 1 is red, then 2 you find pink and then 1 you find white. So 1 is to 2 is to 1. Find phenotype ratio. Okay, so that is the phenotype ratio, 1 is to 2 is to 1. Now you can see the phenotype ratio in this case. Okay, in the case of flower color, inheritance of flower color of Mirabilis jalapa is different from what we observed in case of Mendel's monohybrid cross. Okay, in that case the phenotype ratio, it was 3 is to 1. The phenotype ratio was 3 is to 1. But what is here? Here you find It is 1:2:1. Okay, and genotype ratio. Genotype ratio is 1:2:1. So genotype ratio is same as that in case of the Mendel. Here also the genotype ratio was 1:2:1 in case of monohybrid cross. Okay, in case of monohybrid cross it was same. So there is no difference in the genotype ratio obtained compared to Mendel's monohybrid cross, but the phenotype ratio here it varies. Okay, so that means what? That means that inheritance pattern of flower color in 4 o'clock plant Mirabilis jalapa, okay, it does not follow Mendel's law of dominance. Okay, thank you.